going on, guys? Today I'm coming at you with yet another Rust base design. This solo duo trio base comes with enough room for any amenities you might need. The courtyard can fit a large furnace, an oil refinery, and even planter beds for berries so you can make those OPTs. It also comes with 2 compound exits so you can't be door camped from your single entrance. It comes with enough room for multiple furnaces so you can smelt fast even before you get that large furnace down. If you follow the guide exactly, then you have over 450 slots of storage. The core of this Rust base design has over 250 slots and is protected by an armored roof bunker. The best part about this Rust base design though, in my opinion, is that you could slap down a 2x1 starter and then expand it to what you see in front of you. Anyways, let's get into the tour of this Rust base design. But wait, before you do that, pause the video and go follow me on Twitch. The link's in the description. I've been streaming a ton lately and I've really enjoyed hanging out with everybody, so I figured I'd invite all of YouTube as well. Hope to see you there, and let's get on with the tour. So to begin the tour, we've got our 2 gatehouses. They're both identical, at least with the airlocks. We've got a shotgun trap and a double door airlock. Once you go into the courtyard, you're greeted by all of your outdoor amenities like the large furnace and the oil refinery. You've also got the optional planters for your teas. We decided to go with an armored door for the front door because they're actually relatively easy to get as soon as you get a tier 3 workbench. We've got plenty of furnaces so you can smelt a lot early game and propel yourself to a stronger base much quicker. These furnaces right here are optional, and you can replace them with a locker if you see fit. Moving on deeper into the base, we've got our HQM roof bunker. It's a roof stability bunker, so all you have to do is break some twig and the bunker opens. Up here we've got about 8 large storage boxes. Now once we get into the bunker, we've got the bags for you and the boys, and all we do to get out of our bunker is break the twig right here, and the roof will collapse as well with it. To get out, all you do is place the twig foundation again, and then you can place a twig triangle or square to get to that top floor. I like the triangle because you don't have to crouch jump through the sides. And now we've got the core with all the main loot. There's about 10 large boxes worth of storage in here, plus the 2 small boxes. The reason those 2 small boxes are there is because we need to be lower down to reach TC. You won't be able to reach it if you put a large box there, unfortunately. Here's the upkeep for anyone concerned. I'd be happy with that upkeep, bruh. Anyways, let's talk about the specs and then get into the build. If you've liked the base so far, you might just like it even more because this bad boy only costs about 11k metal fragments and 11k stone. This Rust base design is cheap, sturdy, and it's built from an easy footprint, so you probably won't have any trouble building it. Anyways, let's talk about that upkeep. It's about 1500 stone, 1100 metal frags, and 39 high quality metal. That's only 2 stone nodes, 2 metal nodes, and a couple monument runs, and that's your upkeep. So overall, not too bad at all. Anyways, let's get started building this Rust base design. Alrighty, so the first step on this Rust base design is to put your foundations down as I do here. Upgrade those bad boys to stone just like this, and start placing walls around as I do here. The front door will be a double door, no airlock, so take that into account when you're fighting off door campers. Once you've got your starter unit set up, you can place your TC in the back corner of this room, and then set up the rest of your starter unit just like this. Feel free to pause the video if you need to take a closer look. Once you've reached this step, basically just save up some materials so you can be ready to expand. Once you're ready, go outside, add a square foundation, then add a half-height wall and a square floor off the wall. We'll use this floor to place a shelf in our main loot room through the wall. Just upgrade it and then you can go outside and expand, or if you feel like it and need more storage, you can add your boxes right now before you expand. If you place the small boxes on the bottom shelf like I do, you'll be able to just delete them and add a large box as soon as you're ready. For the foundation my character is standing on, never upgrade it past twig as we'll be using it to create the bunker. Put 1 raised triangle foundation off the front and then add some honeycomb on the side next to it. Next, hop up onto your roof and seal that bitch off with half wall honeycomb. If you have the sheet metal, you might as well upgrade it now to metal just so you can save up on some stone, but if not, that's totally cool too. It'll just cost you more stone in the long run. Add a wall frame off the high foundation as that'll be your entrance to the bunker room. Put a roof over the half wall honeycomb and add a sheet metal door on the door frame you just added, and then you can use that area for loot storage. You can place twig stairs or a furnace or anything you want to get up there. Go back outside and add 2 low foundations off the side of the raised foundation. After that, you can add half walls on each slot. We're going to be placing 3 furnaces in each of these triangles so you'll have a lot of space to smelt. That way you'll be able to save all of your space in your core for actual loot. On the opposite side, place another high triangle foundation as we'll be using this for usable honeycomb. In this triangle, we'll either be putting 3 more furnaces or a locker. Place your furnaces in both triangles just like this. Then add the others if you want in the other triangle. You can seal that off with a window to make sure they fit right. Eventually you'll get that level 2 workbench, and as soon as you do, start crafting garage doors and get rid of those AIDS double doors. Nobody likes them. It's pretty simple, just add wall frames and double doors literally everywhere in the base that it'll possibly fit. The furnace room as well. Doing this will significantly increase the price of any door raid. Now for this next step you'll need some stone, so go kill a clan farmer and expand that base before they raid you. Simply add one layer of honeycomb around the entirety of your base. Doing this will make it much more secure, especially if you upgrade the inside to metal. The next thing we need to do to beef up this Rust base design is add metal honeycomb to the top. Simply just upgrade everything to metal if you haven't already. Also start adding some loot boxes if you haven't already. Over the course of the wipe, just slowly start making your core more like the final form. Add your bags in this room for you and the boys, of course. Once you get some HQM, start upgrading the main loot area to HQM. The other half of the 2x2, however, will be made out of only sheet metal. But make sure every roof tile is HQM, because we don't want them to be able to splash it off for cheap. Also make sure that the raised foundation at the entrance to your bunker is HQM, and so is the wall right next to the front door. To even out the raid costs from all sides, make sure the sheet metal half of your core is honeycombed with another layer of sheet metal, while the armored half can be honeycombed with stone. That'll even out the raid cost. Next, it's time to lay the foundations for our future compound entrances. Essentially, all we're doing is building out one triangle and one square from the walls of our base. We'll be using the squares to make small compound entrances out of double doors and single doors. The mini compound on this Rust base design is my favorite thing about it. Make sure you include windows, or if you don't have the window blueprint, you can use shop fronts to look outside your base to make sure you're not getting door camped. Once you've set up the shell of the doorways, just add the deployables and you're pretty much set to go. Then the only step is to add the walls and barricades and you have yourself a mini compound. Obviously you do basically the same thing on each side. The only reason one is different is because there's honeycomb from the actual core of the base blocking one of the window slots. When the time comes to add your walls, make sure they're as straight as possible with the square exits of your base. If you're new to placing walls, I'd recommend having them face a little bit outward because there might not be room for the third wall if you do so. Anyways, as usual, just practice this stuff on a build server before you try it in a real wipe. You don't want to be disappointed. Once you have your walls up, feel free to place down your large furnace and an oil refinery in any corner it'll fit. If you choose not to mess with the planters, you'll have a little bit more space and you should be able to fit 2 large furnaces in here. But if you want to grow berries and make teas and stuff, that's totally up to you. The next step is to add barricades on your roof so nobody can easily grub from your furnaces. Once you get these barricades down, it's basically impossible to get in here. I don't want to say impossible because, you know, everything's possible. But it's pretty hard to build in because the privilege is so solid. I couldn't build close at all when I tried to test it, so you should be good. It's easy to get out, I'll be honest, but it's really hard to get in because the build privilege is so solid. And also, if you build on a flat enough area, you should be able to fit 2 planter beds in front of your doorways. But this is no farming tutorial, so I'll let you figure out the electricity and farming on your own. Once you get a level 3 bench, you can rush the armored door BP and you'll have a strong ass front door. The last thing we have to finish is our main loot room. If you have excess HQM and gears, make some vending machines ASAP and place them along the side wall. Don't forget to hold E on each vending machine and disable broadcasting, otherwise people will be able to tell how many vending machines you have and they'll be able to infer by that you are loaded and raid your ass. Next, add 2 small boxes right there, a research table here, and then last but not least, you can fit 3 more large boxes in that second square of your 2x1. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do this, but I like the way that this looks and feels when I run through it, so I'll take it. And with that, I think that pretty much covers everything from this Rust base design. To open up the bunker, all you have to do is spawn inside with your sleeping bag and destroy the twig floor, which will in turn collapse the metal roof. And all you have to do to reseal it is place down another twig foundation and place another roof. Oh yeah, last thing I promise. Add shotgun traps to your airlocks so it's harder for people to go deep on your compound. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this Rust base design. As usual, if you have any questions, comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to all the new comments for the next few days. Also, I know I said at the start of the video, but make sure you go follow me on Twitch. I stream there 3 to 4 days a week, so go check it out. And that's it, boys. I'm out.